Let's dive into a financial mystery, shall we? Picture two people. They earn the exact same salary, they work the exact same grueling hours, and they share the exact same dream of financial freedom. Yet, fast forward 10 years of this identical daily grind, and their realities couldn't be more different. One owns a home and sleeps peacefully. The other? Well, they're drowning, constantly wondering where all the money went.
When you look at this staggering gap in net worth, your first instinct is probably to assume someone made a colossal mistake, right? Maybe one of them had a terrible spending habit. But here's the truth. Neither intelligence, nor luck, nor even their income level caused this massive divide. They started on the exact same starting line, with the exact same resources.
So, what changed? How did two parallel lives end up on completely different planets financially? Well, to solve this, we have to look way past the surface-level stuff like budgeting. We need to investigate a hidden economic framework. It's a system operating silently in the background of our everyday lives. And economists, they have a very specific name for it.
They call it the cost of being poor. It's a hidden system that quietly makes life significantly more expensive for the people with the least amount of money. It operates completely in the shadows, but once you see how it forces those without capital to pay a premium just to survive, you will never look at money the exact same way again.
Let's see this trap in motion. Meet Alex. Alex works incredibly hard, earning just enough to survive, but living strictly paycheck to paycheck. The bank account sits dangerously close to zero. Then, an everyday disaster strikes. The washing machine breaks down.
Replacing that washing machine costs exactly $700. But Alex doesn't have a $700 emergency fund just sitting around. The clothes still need to be washed, right? So there is really only one viable option left on the table: a shiny, heavily marketed, buy now, pay later financing plan.
The advertisement proudly claims it's a helpful solution, but watch what actually happens. Hidden in the fine print are astronomical interest charges, late payment fees, and mandatory insurance costs. That initial $700 necessity balloons, inflating the final cost to over $1,100. This is the invisible tax in action. A single common emergency instantly multiplies in cost simply because you don't have the upfront capital.
And the trap doesn't stop there. Think about it. When the car breaks down next month, and that's followed by an unexpected medical bill a few weeks later, Alex has to take on even more financing. Suddenly, the trap snaps shut. Alex is no longer paying for current living expenses. Instead, Alex is completely consumed by paying for yesterday's emergencies. This is the poverty trap in full motion. Now, let's zoom out a bit, because this isn't just about unexpected emergencies. It's actually hidden in our everyday purchases. There's this persistent myth out there that wealthy people simply spend more money at the grocery store. But the reality of the global economy is shocking. People with wealth actually pay much less for the exact same necessities. Look at how the math of poverty actually breaks down. A shopper with extra cash can walk into a wholesale store, buy a massive 10-kilogram bag of rice, and secure a drastically lower cost per kilogram. Meanwhile, the shopper living paycheck to paycheck can only afford a small bag every few days. The result? They end up paying the absolute highest cost per kilogram.
It's simple. Money buys the luxury of bulk. A lack of money forces you to buy convenience. And mathematically speaking, convenience is incredibly expensive. This dynamic applies to literally everything: toilet paper, laundry detergent, cooking oil. Over a 20-year period, imagine this invisible premium silently draining thousands of dollars from the pockets of those who can least afford it.
And the trap deepens severely when borrowing larger amounts. Imagine needing a $5,000 personal loan just to keep your family afloat. You make your monthly payments religiously, but because of exorbitant interest rates, your payments barely even cover the interest itself. The original $5,000, it just sits there, unmoving. Your future paychecks already belong to the bank before you even earn them.
You've probably heard compound interest referred to as the eighth wonder of the world, famous for building immense, generational wealth. But for borrowers trapped in this system, it acts as the eighth wonder of the world in reverse. Instead of building a financial fortress, it creates these incredibly heavy financial chains that are almost impossible to break free from.
To truly see compounding from the wealthy perspective, let's compare Emma and David. Emma starts investing just $200 a month at age 22. David, on the other hand, decides to wait. He tells himself he'll invest when he earns more. He finally starts at age 32. Look at the difference in their outcomes. It is absolutely staggering. Even though David ends up contributing almost the same amount of his own cash, Emma's 40 years of compounding completely dwarfs David's 30 years.
It visually proves a critical rule of economics. Time in the market is significantly more valuable than the sheer amount of money you invest.
So the crucial point here is this. Early investments allow your money to do the heavy lifting for you. It's a fundamental rule the wealthy leverage every single day. They realize that human labor has a limit, but capital, given enough time, works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without ever getting tired.
But there is a psychological layer to this that almost nobody talks about. This trap isn't just a mathematical equation on a spreadsheet. It literally alters the biological reality of how the human brain functions. Financial anxiety physically changes you.
Chronic financial stress creates a state of constant, suffocating pressure. When you are entirely focused on surviving today, worrying about keeping the lights on or affording dinner, researchers have found that your brain biologically struggles to make disciplined, long-term plans. Your decision-making bandwidth physically shrinks. Impulsive reactions take over.
Think of it like trying to solve a complex puzzle while someone constantly shouts in your ear. Escaping poverty is incredibly difficult, and it is absolutely not just a matter of having better discipline. It's about trying to navigate a maze while your brain's alarm bells are permanently ringing.
But, as we've uncovered throughout this explainer, there is hope. This daunting, invisible cycle absolutely can be broken. Now, it won't happen overnight, and it's certainly not a get-rich-quick scheme. But the chains can be shattered through small, deliberate, and consistent actions.
Here is the roadmap to breaking out. Step 1. Build a tiny emergency fund, even just 1 week's worth of expenses to shield against that broken washing machine. Step 2. Track every single dollar to find your baseline. Step 3. Relentlessly destroy high-interest debt. And Step 4. Form an investing habit. By doing this, you slowly begin to hijack the system and force it to work for you.
Remember, wealth is rarely built through one massive, perfect decision. It is built through thousands of ordinary, everyday decisions. The size of your very first investment matters significantly less than simply building the ironclad habit of making your money work for you over a long timeline.
This brings us to the ultimate truth of the invisible tax. Being poor isn't expensive because individuals make bad choices. It's expensive because they have fundamentally fewer choices. The system charges a steep premium for urgency, while rewarding capital with deep discounts and the magical advantage of time.
Ultimately, financial freedom doesn't begin with a pile of money. It begins with understanding. Once you grasp the invisible forces shaping this economic game, you stop playing blind. You can finally start making calculated, everyday decisions that actually work in your favor.
I hope this explainer really opened your eyes to the hidden economics operating all around us. The system may be rigged to charge a premium on poverty, but by understanding time, compound interest, and hidden costs, you hold the key to breaking out. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Knowing what you know now, what is the one small financial decision you are going to change tomorrow